Welcome to another special edition of Channel 6 Sports. I'm Brittany Breeding. For the next half hour, Paige Webb sits down with Sugar Bear basketball head coach Sandra Rushing. She recaps the 2016 Southland Conference Basketball Championship and what it would take for a repeat. Here's Paige with more.
So this time last year, we had reporter Kelly Hayes. She did an interview and she asked you how your 2015-2016 season was shaping up. Did you know it was going to be this successful? Was there something you were hiding from us?
No, I just think that the players committed in June. We had them come in June, and we were able to be with them in June and most of July. We're out recruiting in July. And they worked extremely hard. We talked about our journey and what we wanted to accomplish. And I think that's important. You have to talk about every day with your players of why they are having to go out on the football field and run, and then in the weight room. And at the end result, is the main thing, and they committed to that.
So at what point in this season did you realize that you were on the right track? You had something special going?
Well, I knew that this was a special group. I knew probably, it was after we played Tennessee. And, they beat us about 60 and scored over 100 points on us. And I love to tell this story because we came back and I put the score on the scoreboard for practice. One day, and it stayed on there, and then the next day I came out and it was taken off, and then I put it back up there, and then the third day it was taken off. I knew that it bothered them, and I knew that getting beat that bad by Tennessee, I knew that was a special team because they had the courage to go take it off the scoreboard.
Okay, so as juniors, Maggie Profit and Brianna Mullins, they are tasked with leading the team. Can you talk about their leadership skills on and off the court?
Yes, absolutely. They represent Sugar Bear basketball tremendously. I mean, on and off the court. They came in as freshmen, and it's sad to see that they're going to be seniors, but I'm very proud of what they've accomplished. And they've taken on, like I said, a leadership role, not necessarily verbally, but by the things that they do. And they're competitors, they're winners, and I'm just happy I've had the opportunity to coach them.
Right. During this season, we know you had the 9-game winning streaks, but you always had that loss. Do you think those losses made the team come back stronger? Do you think they pushed them?
I think that it refocuses the team. I never like to lose. I hate losing, but especially after Christmas coming in, we had Abilene right at the first conference game, and then we were we had only lost one to Tennessee prior to that, and I think maybe we got a little big-headed, and it was good to refocus us. And then Northwestern, we beat them by 25 at their place, and then came back here, and I think that sometimes a team can relax, and as a coach you know that, but you're trying to put them in situations where they don't.
Right. And in the interview you did last year with Hayes, you told her that you wanted to beat that streak of not getting a win in the conference. Was it a sigh of relief this year when you finally got that against McNeese?
Yes, I felt like that monkey's off our back.
Right.
However, and we were very fortunate to get a double bye, and I think that helped us. The season's long, our travel is long, but everything that was thrown at these players this year, they responded, and it was a great feeling.
So you've been in quite a few conference championships over your career. What did you tell your team before they played Sam Houston State? What did you have to say to them?
Well, that this is what we worked for. This
Right.
is why we started in June. This is all going to pay off, and that they need to play relaxed and do what we've been doing all year. Don't change anything because it's been working. And that was a tough game. It was a very difficult game, and I think we had a little nerves, but this team has found a way to win. And I knew going in that, they had the confidence, and that's, but the confidence comes from repetition and the habits that, that you build starting in June, and it carries on, and it gets long, and it gets drawn out, but they survived it and did a great job.
So when that buzzer went off and y'all were named conference champs,
You see my smile right now?
I know, it's
it's just
smile right now, so I can imagine.
Because it's something that we've talked about. And one of the players, actually Bree Mullins, came up to me and said, "You told me." And I said, "Yeah," because when I signed Bree as a freshman, and Maggie too, but Bree's the one that told me, she said, "You told us we're going to win a championship." And I said, "Yes. I mean, this is a goal. That's why you play. you played a game to win championships and to advance. And I'm finally glad that we've got over the hump. But you know, winning one is tough. Winning two is really more difficult.
Yeah. So when you came here in 2012, did you see this? Did you have this planned?
I always have a plan and a vision to win a championship, because again, like I said, that's why you play the game, but you've got to convince your players, because you win with players and coaching staff. I mean, I've been fortunate to surround myself with a great coaching staff and that are very supportive and loyal, and players bought in.
Mm-hmm. So what did going to that NCAA tournament do for your program?
Well, I think it got us some national recognition, and also, you know, it made the girls loved it, and they got a taste of it, and they want to go back. And, you know, I'm going to remind them here in June about what it felt like going to the NCAA tournament, and that's what we're working for. All the hard work that we're going to do in June and July, and, you know, I'm talking about August, but I'm just talking about they're giving up their summers to come here and come back to summer school, where we can have the opportunity to start training and preparing for another championship.
So obviously it made a lasting impression on them, but how exactly do you think it's affected your team, for not just last year and how it affected them, but how do you think it's going to affect them for the upcoming season, getting ready?
I think, it gives them confidence in knowing that we can do it, but also I'm not going to allow them to relax either. You know, sometimes that when you win a championship, you say, oh, we got the next one. No, we've got to work 10 times harder, because we have the bullseye on our back now. And that's what people say, well, they won it last year, and we have a lot of people coming back. It looks great on paper, but, you know, I just believe in outworking everyone. And I think we've got to go to work, and we've got to outwork everyone and go fight to win another championship.
So you've always talked about wanting to be the first. You wanted to be the first to play the Tennessee. You wanted to be the first to win. What is your next big first you want to accomplish?
I want to win NCAA first round. You know, that's huge. But to do that, we don't need to go in as the 16th seed. And I thought this year that we went in as a good seed. But next year we need to go in a little bit higher seed if we're going to have an opportunity to win.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about your recruits for this next season?
I'm excited about, first of all, what we have coming back. We got a great nucleus coming back. We will miss our 3 seniors that we have with Ken Watts and Jamaica Watkins and Taya. I mean, they were so valuable on this team. But we do have, like I said, the core of our scores coming back, with the addition of, I believe it's 6 new players, and 2 of them are college, junior college transfers, and one of them is a post that's going to add some presence inside in the paint. And then we signed 3 freshmen, and then, like I said, 2 JUCOs, one of them is a guard. And then there was KJ, Kiara Jordan, who came in at Christmas, which is transfer from Southern Miss, who's a presence inside, and she's been with me for a semester, so she kind of understands my system and what I want. But I'm really excited about our recruits and the core that we have coming back. Again, it looks great on paper, but however, you know, it comes down to chemistry, it comes down to believing in each other, and that's what we try to do in June, to build that chemistry and the trust with each other. Because this past year, this team had so much trust in each other. That's why we were able to win.
So you graduated, 3 seniors this past year. What do you think? How do you think that's going to affect things?
Well, I think that they were a huge factor in our success. Not so much vocally. Like Taya, I can't tell you enough. I can't say enough about Taya. She absolutely was probably the most coachable player I've ever been around. You know, she didn't play a lot, and she was most encouraging, and that's very valuable, because when you come in, she came in every day to practice and gave 100%. But she's also walking out of UCA with a degree and a ring. So she accomplished something, but she's, you know, such a sweet young lady. Mimi, who did a great job of running the show for us, she played like a senior was supposed to. Made the all-defensive team, and that's the only player that I've had graduate yet that's been with me for 4 years, because I've only been here 4 years. And so I'm excited. That was pretty special to see her walk across the stage. And then Ken's been with me for 2, and we'll miss her, because she's such a slasher, rebounder, putting it on the floor. And I was just very fortunate to coach those 3 young ladies.
Yeah, so what are you expecting out of Prophet and Mullins for their senior season?
The same thing that I always expect. You know, their leadership, their hard work, I expect them to, to help the younger players because, they had to have help when they came in. And, it's always tough when you first come in as a freshman or even as a transfer because you don't know really the philosophy, the rules. But what we've been able to do in this program, and it takes time, and I'm not a very patient person, but it takes time that, I've got more players that's been with me now than we're bringing in. And so they can help me in practice, they know what's expected, and that's how you build a program.
Okay, so can you give us a little preview of your non-conference season
Yes,
this fall?
we have had a very difficult time of scheduling this year, trying to get games. It's still incomplete non-conference. We still need to get 2 games, but I can tell you the 2 big games that we're playing in a tournament. We're playing Texas A&M on the 2nd game of the season, and then we go to them, and then we're playing Texas Tech before, I think it's like the December the 14th, and then we are going to a tournament in San Antonio. But so our non-conference schedule is a lot more difficult than it was last year.
Yeah, so going off of that, by playing these big teams like Texas A&M, do you think that winning that tournament kind of affected that? Do you think you're seeing more big teams wanting to play?
Yes, and then we're seeing other teams not wanting to play.
Right.
And like I said, it's been a challenge for us trying to schedule our games, but the most important thing to us is let's try to win this tournament again and advance. And everything that we do in the preseason is preparing us for our conference because there's a lot of good teams in the conference. I mean, especially they had some people sitting out last year. Lamar's going to be tremendous. Stephen F. Austin's going to. So it's not going to be easy for us.
Okay, so I know we're filming this. It's May. It's a little late, but what do you see this team bringing back for this next season?
Well, I hope they're going to bring back the hard work, the effort, the passion, and the drive that they had this past year. And if not, we're going to develop it in June because, we're still working towards something. And, you don't want to just win and one time and then stop. I want back to back to back to back. I mean, you never lose focus of your dream and your goals and the journey that we want to accomplish.
What are some areas that you and your staff are hoping to improve this next season?
Well, I think that we need to get, as far as in the weight room, we need to get a little stronger upper body. I thought we developed some mental toughness over the last summer. The mental toughness, I think that we still can improve on, especially with the young players and new players that are coming in. I think the mental toughness, especially when you hit March, you've got to have that because, we're going to be physically in shape. We're going to everything else, but the mental part of the game is what's huge.
So can you see, I mean, I know I can, but can you see this team coming back as a 2nd-time Southland Conference champion?
I hope, and that's our goal, and that's our plan, and that's what we're going to talk about all summer. We have shirts made up. I mean, we're going to wear those every day, and we're going to talk about it every day. But, a lot has to go your way. This past year when we were successful, we're very fortunate we didn't have any injuries, and that helped us. And, so you got to have a little luck, too.
A little luck. Yeah. It's always nice. But what do you think are your biggest obstacles you have to overcome in order to do so?
Honestly, I think our biggest obstacles, and I've been asked this a lot this summer, so I can answer this one. We've got a lot of talent, and a lot of talent that has to blend together and come together as a unit. And some people are going to have to give up a good shot to get a better shot. And I feel like that we do have a lot of talent, but they've got to learn to work together, and they've got to support each other. I think we're going to be very deep on the bench, that I can play almost possibly 12 to 14, 15 players. It just depends on the situation and the opponents. But again, it comes down, people play because of what they do in practice, not because of what they're bringing in, because that's the past, And I like to tell them also, yeah, we won the championship last year, but that's over, that's done. Now we've got a brand new thing ahead of us, and we can enjoy it and have memories, but we've got another goal we have to accomplish.
Okay, so how excited should fans be for this next season?
I think they should always be excited
Always.
about Sugar Bear basketball. I am. I mean, I bleed purple, and I love what I'm doing. I love these players. I appreciate my coaching staff and what they do. Our strength and conditioning coach Steiner. There's a lot of people behind the scenes that never get the credit. You don't win a championship just because you coach them. You talk about Jamie, our academic advisor. You talk about Coach Steiner, our weight, and strength and conditioning coach. You talk about sports information with Josh. There's everybody behind the scenes, and our athletic trainer, Ricky. They never get the credit that's due because you're judged by your win-loss record, but those people also do things to help set us up to be successful.
Right. Well, thank you, Coach Rushing. We can tell that you're passionate and love your job, and we appreciate everything you do.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.